coming to you with the B-Face, and today we have another Ready to Love review. This is season 8, episode 5. So last week we ended with Tony bringing Marcia, Corvea, and Jeffrey up for the elimination. And then it cut off before they said who got eliminated. So Corvea gets eliminated. So I guess DeMario did not get his way when he was arguing with the guys about using the lifeline. So it had to be a unanimous decision. And Mark Anthony was holding out. He was like, no, we are not using this for someone no one likes except for you. You talk to her after. So DeMario didn't get his way on that. After the boat party, it's the after party. And so they're all just kind of in another setting talking. I mean, it feels like just a continuation of the boat party. I don't know. They were just at the Hard Rock Cafe talking at tables until nighttime came, I guess. And then they were dancing and twerking on each other and all manner of things. Cynthia and Anthony are going on a date. I like them together. She seems to light up when that man comes around the corner, and she, they seem like they're feeling each other. She just seems like she is really into him. And it seems like their vibes match. I didn't know about the Haitian thing until she said it, but I think she said in deliberation that they're both Haitian. But I mean, they look cute together. And she was wearing that dress. She said he looked good, but she was wearing that dress. I like Cynthia a lot. Jeffrey and DeMario go on a date to, I guess, clear up the tension from the boat party. And he is really pressing her about that kiss with Mark Anthony. And she's basically just like, I mean, it was the context of the game. Me and you haven't really spoken since, our initial, well, not necessarily haven't spoken. They haven't been out. He hasn't been pursuing her as much as Mark Anthony, I guess, has been pursuing her. So she was like, so what would make you think that I would kiss you? It didn't make any sense. And then he was like, what would your kids say? Bruh, what would your kids say about their mama being on a dating show and kissing a dude? I don't understand what the point was about bringing that up. DeMario kind of did a 180 for me, because I'm like, one, your points make no sense. Two, if you're upset about her choosing another guy, then be honest and upfront about your feelings. Don't, camouflage it and try to twist it and turn it and be like, it's about morality. It's about why would you kiss someone this early? It's about what your kids would say. I would never. You could have turned the kiss down. It was the game, but you didn't have to. It's a dating show. So in that space, I was like, okay, DeMario, you're kind of on one. It's weird that two guys are kind of pressing Jeffrey, but also it's feeling like they're pressing her because they want her and she's not choosing them, which is so odd to me because, I don't know, it's like so early in the process, I guess, for it to be this much emotion behind it. So anyway, DeMario said he dodged 3 bullets, and the first one was that he hadn't seen her without makeup. Honey, you are real hurt, apparently. One, it didn't need to be said, and two, I guess I don't see the point. Anyway, that situation was weird. Then there's this group date, Marcia, Jeffrey, Blue, and Blake. They all went into this knowing it was going to be some drama. And of course, Marcia was like, well, Blake, how you feeling? How you feeling about this whole thing? And Blake was like, I decline to answer. And Jeffrey was like, I'm not the one with the issue. I've been good. So then they were doing this little collage thing. And Blake had done one about timepieces and luxury, and his point was like, I guess time is the most important commodity, and so time is the basis of the piece. And then when you have time, you can have all the luxurious things and all of that. And Jeffree had to pipe up. For what reason, I don't know. Jeffree had to pipe up and be like, well, it seems like this was just so materialistic. So is that you don't see family as a part of that? Girl, why does it matter to you? Y'all don't like each other. You didn't have to say anything to him. You were being a little instigating. That wasn't necessary. But anyway, Jeffree and Blue seem to like each other. Marcia seems to like Blue, but Blue has already said that he is not really feeling Marcia like that. So then we get to Morgan and Tony, and he, puts the moves on her and he kisses her, and they seem real locked in. She says she's smitten with him, so, I mean, good for y'all. Jonique and Blake went on a date, and I already didn't see that. It already seemed like it was not going to be a match, and now he was the one being dry in the conversation. Y'all remember episode 2 when he was trying to take Z out and was like pressing her real hard, trying to get her to like be talkative? Now that's Jonique, and she's trying to like get him to say anything, and he's just being real dry about it. And I understand, okay, every day you go on is not going to be a winner. Every person there is not going to be a match made in heaven or love connection or any type of connection. However, I feel like you can put a little effort in and be kind to someone, and it doesn't take a lot to do that. He was being, it seemed like, intentionally difficult to get out of that. Like, she was like asking him questions about his life, and she was like, you want to ask me anything? Like, anything you want to know about me? I mean, like, even on the human tip, you don't want to know anything about me, anything about my life. What brought me to this place of wanting to be in this I mean, that's just a standard question. You could go into this having a standard list of questions that you could ask any person, and it doesn't have to be romantic. But Blake seemed like he was intent on being difficult. He is not making his case at all. Like, at all. He could just have done that so different. And he does do that differently when he's up for elimination later, and we're going to get to that. So we get to deliberation. Apparently Anthony is a hot commodity, which is wild because I hadn't seen him since last episode. Like, until last episode. I forgot that Anthony was there until last episode, but apparently he's been putting in the work. And these ladies like Anthony, especially Cynthia. Jeffree gets into it with Sue-Ann, and one thing about Jeffree, that girl does not back down from anyone or anything, any argument, whatever, because she's talking about Demario and how he was pressing her about that kiss with Mark Anthony, and then, now that elimination's coming up, he texted her and was like, hey, can we rekindle? Maybe we could resolve something. And she was like, I'm not feeling that. Sue-Ann pipes in, she chimes in, and she's like, are you misreading that? Is that, I thought you were so, gung-ho about Demario. She was like, I didn't change toward Demario. His energy changed toward me, and now it's different. Anything else? Can I help you, girl? Because you seem to be real interested in me and the men I'm dating. So, yeah, that was a whole deal. I am inclined to think that Jeffree's correct, because Sue-Ann is super into Blake, and Blake does not seem the least bit genuine. And okay, maybe he's showing you something because clearly he knows how to turn it on when he wants to. But girl, that man, he's not. No one in the lounge is feeling him. Everyone, as soon as Tommy gets to talking about who do these ladies not like, or who are they not interested in, who are they not vibing with, every single lady except for Mercedes was like, Blake is a weirdo. He's just odd. I don't understand how he moves. He don't want to talk to nobody. He's like, I don't understand. And even Morgan, I forgot about this. Morgan mentioned the fact that at the mixer, he couldn't wait to jump on her and feel like, oh, I got her with this question about the whole, oh, do you think your life can be fulfilling without kids? And it was like, like you were trying to be, you know, conversational. It didn't seem like you were trying to spark a dialogue. It did seem like Morgan said, like you were trying to be like, ooh, I got her with this. Yeah, Blake is on the bottom. And then, oh yeah, so Blake is at the bottom. And then Demario, like you can't even say Jeffree was lying about Demario. We saw that whole interaction play out on camera. Everything she said, apart from the whole text thing, which girl, show them receipts, that is all verifiable. We saw it. We saw how he was throwing his little hissy fit and talking about her kids and all of that stuff. She wasn't lying about that. So you think she's lying about Blake. She clearly wasn't lying about Demario, but you didn't have to jump in about that at all. So Sue really is feeling like advocate Sue, because she is really chiming in on the men's behalf. But you know, whatever floats your boat. It is what it is. So Blake is clearly at the bottom, which I thought would mean he was immediately going home because he's been in the, like, coasting the bottom the entire time. Episode 1 through 4, bottom tier. And it's just, or 1 through 5 now, bottom tier. But he just skates by, and then Demario's name comes up in reference to how, like, he was really on Corvea and then hasn't really shown up for anybody else. And so that kind of sealed his own ticket. But doggone it, Demario, if you'd just been a little bit better, maybe we could have got Blake out of here. Because I'm tired of seeing this. Every single week is some other thing that he's doing weird or moving shiesty with somebody. Anyway, Janique takes Demario out and he gets eliminated. Unfortunately, I think Demario could have rebounded if he had been given a minute. Cynthia takes Blake out. That girl was just smiling. I don't know why I like Cynthia so much. She's just so gorgeous. And she, you know, Blake comes in, she's just giving her smile and she's so pretty. It just looks like she's so genuine and she really means it. Anyway, she seems warm and inviting, which is a stark contrast to Blake. But clearly, again, Blake knows how to turn it on when he wants to, because he was being like, oh, I'm pleasantly surprised, girl, you wearing that dress. I'm just so, you know, grateful that you were so kind. This was one of the most meaningful conversations that I've had thus far. Oh, really? Because you gave Sue-Ann a bracelet just for not eliminating you last time. That wasn't a meaningful conversation? Cynthia didn't tell you nothing new. Anyway. Yeah, so he gets another chance. That's unfortunate because I really don't feel like he is genuine at all. He seems to be here really just playing around. He got Sue-Ann in under his belt, so hey, there's that. In the previews, the only thing that they really showed was a clip from what seemed like their reunion, because they were all sitting together dressed up on a green couch. It seemed like this was a reunion situation. I'm like, y'all didn't have nothing to show from the next episode? Like, why would you give us reunion snippets so fast? I think it's just to showcase the animosity between Jeffree and Sue-Ann, which, hey, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Like, you didn't have anything to show us from what's gonna happen in episode 6. We're not even close to the reunion yet. We're at, like, the halfway point. Anyway, this was a mess of an episode because of Blake. And I just think, I mean, you know he has 2 more episodes in him, so because it's going to be the men next, and then it's back to the women. If these women don't get this guy out of here by episode 7, like, you're just, I mean, unless they're keeping him, like, production's keeping him in because that's the only drama that's really happening at this point. Like I said, that might be the event, is that Blake just went around being a menace. But that's it for this review. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.